Guys, the most important thing in your life is getting good sleep. So this is so easy for our sponsors today to help you with it. It is Helix, guys.
Yeah, check out their website. Go check out our link down below, helix.com/AngryJoe Show. Take this quiz. Find out the perfect mattress for you. They've got great pillows and sheets.
Yeah, I've been using my mattress for months now. I got the Midnight Lux, and there are days I don't even want to get out of bed.
And come to work, yes. It recharges you so that you could do plenty more gaming. And right now we have a 27% off code for you guys.
Site-wide.
Just click the link down below and you'll get it. Sleep is so important, okay? It's gaming and it's sleep. This is the best ad read ever, guys. You need it. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Go to Helix now. Figure out which one is right for you and then grab it. I love my pillows and I love my mattress. You're going to love it too. Thank you so much, and hopefully you enjoy the video. Check it out. Hey guys, we just got back from Tron Aries, the newest film in the Disney franchise that they keep trying to revive and make happen. This one directed by Joaquin Ronning, screenplay by Jesse Wiguto, and starring Jared Leto and Emma Ludbrook and
Evan Peters. I like him. He's great.
Who is that?
The Flash.
Who is what character did he play?
He was a main bad guy. Took over.
Okay, yeah. So, essentially, Tron Aries, and of course, with a soundtrack by 9 Inch Nails, which did an excellent job. We saw this at Alamo Drafthouse. They just got done with renovations for one theater, upgrading one theater. With the seats, they're not all that much more comfortable, but this HDR by Barco, the speakers were loud as heck. The place was rumbling. I felt immersed in the film, this HDR sound, and they do this little test thing at the beginning. I felt like, wow, this was definitely the way to see the film. And it would probably be even better in IMAX, because IMAX is going to compare that good sound with the huge screen and the immersion, because this film's visuals are fantastic. Combined with the audio treats, makes for a visual feast. However, however, the story. Well, I'm going to let the boys go first. So, which one of you guys want to tell us about Tron Aries? What did you think about it?
I've honestly never really been a big Tron guy. I don't really know much about it. The only cartoon I could kind of resemble, I grew up watching, is Reboot. I don't know if you guys remember Reboot.
Yeah, I do remember.
Little thing comes
Reboot.
down, they play games and stuff.
Christ.
That was my jam.
Yeah.
I like that one a little bit better. But this one, honestly, I don't really care about the characters. They were trying too hard. Jared Leto's being a creeper.
Apparently, this is a film where Jared Leto creeps on a lady from the grid.
Yes.
He's stalking her from
And
the
he
grid.
falls in love with her.
And I'm like, with all the recent stuff with Jared Leto and controversy surrounding his starring role in the film, that wasn't a good choice, because I couldn't get it out of my head.
Yeah, like you said, the visuals were great. I do like the soundtrack. That was cool. I was hoping they would do more of what they did at the end. But throughout this whole film, I didn't really care about Aries. I didn't really care about Eva, their journey together. And, like, obviously, you have the military guys like, oh, well, we got to be first in corporate greed. And
They set it up as two corporations fighting. Dillinger, which was the bad guy in the first film that eventually got fired. Now they have their own corporation. And then you got ECOM or MCOM, whatever, is the blue corporation, blue versus red. And you got the corporations. And Joe's talking about Eve, who is the CEO of the good corporation. And then you got the Dillinger, the bad corporation.
Yeah,
and that's where Aries comes from. And you get that. And Aries essentially is kind of creeping on this this Eve character. And the chemistry is just
forced.
not
It's
there.
forced.
And I personally didn't want a love story. I want none of that. I don't like that kind of stuff. So I guess it didn't matter so much for me, but I can definitely see that there was a lack of chemistry between the leads.
Yeah, the chemistry didn't help. I didn't really care for the love story, and as I said, I wanted more. Like if they stretched out what they were doing towards the end, that kind of stuff, like we see in the trailer.
That's interesting. I actually, you mean the battle in the city?
Yeah, just
okay.
to do more of that.
Because I actually thought the film fell apart in the last half. I was like on board in the first bit, setting up the world and the universe, and I really liked it. And then it kind of unwound itself. You have some compounding logic issues, and then of course, it kind of ran out of steam.
I did like how we went to classic Tron.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool to see. But
yeah, we do get to see classic Tron. And I just think the coolest part of this film is the juxtaposition of Tron coming into our world. So the fact that my eyeballs don't have to burn the whole time as I'm watching the 80s one, which is hard to look at, or the other one, Tron Legacy, where we're in the world
the virtual boy. It's like
time.
you're watching a fucking
I like
virtual
seeing
boy.
the fucking Tron shit interact with the world, and that's why I liked all the beginning stuff and the end stuff where there's a huge fight that you see in the trailers.
Yep.
It's just the meat bits were really lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good movie. It's poorly written. Someone watched Blade Runner and was like, hey, this is a cool idea. I'm going to use it for me. And it's like it was better in Blade Runner, and I'd rather it be that. It's terribly paced. I was bored out of my fucking mind for a huge portion of this movie. And so when it's not relying on the excellent visuals and it's not relying on the excellent soundtrack, this thing sucks. It is not a good movie. I wouldn't say, like, the most impressive action sequences we see in the trailers, and I didn't get a ton more. I mean, we get some more, but we didn't get a ton more. The world is set up between like hyper evil, super childish cartoon villain corporation and super benevolent, I want to just feed the world and give everyone a hug and puppies for everyone corporation, and it's just
which don't exist,
and it's just like super fucking
there's only one.
And I like Tron. Like I go to we used to go to the old school arcade and I watch Ray waste tons of money playing Tron because that game's hard as shit, and it's like.
But do you really like Tron?
I liked the first one because I liked it. I didn't like the video game. I mean, the original movie, yeah, it was fun. And like the next one, like Daft Punk did a lot of heavy lifting with that one. Legacy. I don't think they're great films, but like this one is beneath all of them. Like,
wow, okay, interesting.
Jared Leto isn't a good. I don't think Aries is an interesting character that I don't enjoy. I didn't think we had much of an arc. There's another AI character that has like kind of an arc, and then there's kind of just baffling moments where water plays a major part in the story, and without the existence of water, this whole movie completely, totally falls apart, and the bad guys win in a weird scene. And then, it's just like if we got bad guys, and we got bad good guys, and we got bad storytelling and a bad script, and kind of borrowed elements from better sci-fi things. It's just like, all right, it was a bad movie with kick-ass music and some really cool, like pretty things on the screen. Yeah. So. This ain't it.
I liked it considerably more than that. I think it's better than Tron Legacy. And Tron Legacy, I can't remember it. That's why I like this one better. I can't remember it. I'm bored with it. It didn't leave an impression on me. I think, I was bored in the world the whole time where they're doing the games, and they have the ISOs and Sam Flynn, the son of the original guy, and something else that I can't recall. That's not here. Instead, it is referenced towards the end. This film kind of walks its own way, but it's concurrent to that. If they want to continue that stuff, they can. They can link it in there, or they can give this a one-shot. I found it way more visually interesting. The original Tron had so many pacing issues. It was incredibly boring at times. I like the overall story where a guy creates these fucking badass video games and then this dude steals it for the corporation. But the dude who stole it also has the master control program, and that kind of, does this runaway, you can't control it, and then they all get digitized in there, and they got to fight their way out. That is a solid story, and I think this story is solid, but without some of the chemistry that the first film had. But I actually like Tron Aries better than Legacy, and I like Tron Aries better than the original Tron. But you need Legacy you can throw out, but you need the original Tron for this to work or to create the franchise. Yeah. And I like Joe, I love seeing the 80s when he goes into the old original server. It's precious. There's a cameo there. There's two cameos there that we can talk about in spoilers. Yeah, it was amazing for its time. And to see it put up against the visuals now, it's like, wow, we've come a long way. I think the designs are incredibly cool. It is a standard evil guy, give mission to evil guy. Evil guy will make mission. Mission will be completed, and I don't care about nothing about completing this mission.
At all
Jared
costs.
Leto will be maybe our hero, and he will fight back, and then the movie ends. It's so standard. It's so boring, and there's no meat to it or things that you can dive into it. It's just a visual treat, an audio treat, and I would say if you do see it, first off, if you can't go to IMAX or this HDR barcode thing that we did, you could probably skip this one, right? But I think you take something like this and you want to see it on the big screen, because when you go in the world and when you're pulling in the jet bikes and the fucking seeing the pathways that slam into things and cut things in half, it's really impressive on the big screen. So it's cotton candy with no substance to it. And honestly, if you're gonna do the Disney keep trying to make Tron a thing, I don't know.
I'm trying to make it happen.
I don't remember if the last one made any money.
Yeah.
This Tron,
it's like $400 million.
This Tron cost $180 million to make. Let's look at the Tron Legacy with the terrible Jeff Bridges CGI. I'm glad they didn't do that in this. This one was that one was 170. So they gave this one $10 more million in the budget. Alex is right. It made 409.9. We'll just call it 410 at the box office. Wow, I didn't expect that for Tron. Nearly half a billion. I don't think this one's gonna do well. I think Jared Leto, and maybe it was just slanted because Alex, he's like,
fuck Jared.
He's
Leto.
not a good person.
He's not a good person. All
He's
the controversy.
crazy.
Is that just our circle because we know of his controversies,
I don't
or
think people know.
do you think the general audience knows that I'm not going to support the film because Jared Leto's in it? We'll have to see if that, or if people are just tired of the Tron. I think that trailer did a really good job of, whoa, it's a spectacle. Tron's coming in our world, and then you smash Nine Inch Nails, and the old farts like us will like that, and we'll be like, we'll go see it because that's what we grew up with. So, and I do think they do a good job. So I'm curious to see who will. But I do think Daft Punk is probably the superior composer score for the Tron series. I listened to the soundtrack on the way back. Not one's. I mean, it's appropriate for the film, and in the film, it works really, really well. But there's like ones I wouldn't really listen to over and over, especially the ones where Trent Reznor is singing. Is like, man, not my thing. But in the film, oh boy, those work. So I liked it a little bit better. This is kind of a throwaway one. What else? I just love the technology of Tron and the glowing. The red and black just appeals to me.
Blue.
And then but the plot is so nonsensical. There are so many fucking there's so many things where it's like you have to just roll with the punches because it's like all this technology. Number one would not just be laying around in fucking abandoned places. Like the most advanced technology on Earth is in abandoned places. It's like, get out of here, collecting dust.
It still works from 1989,
and it still works from the 80s. Get the fuck out of here.
Paying the power
your
bill.
computer doesn't work now.
Yeah,
Hey, they're built to last, all right? Those were built to last back in the day.
This is definitely the evolution of 3D printing. They combine the AI with the 3D printing technology, and I just thought it was really, really cool. And you see the military, he does this test at the beginning of the film. You see it in the trailer. And, if I was walking out of that demonstration, I would be like, arrest all of these people. Not arrest them, but like, we need to monitor this shit now and keep all of our forces on standby. Because if this shit is legit, if that is real, this is a huge security threat to not only the United States, but the world. But they just nonchalantly drive off and they're like, yeah, we'll give you a call for interested. It's like, what?
Then they go open a portal and it's going to be like The Mist.
Oh my God! You bring up The Mist, Joe. I love that film too. That was one of those films where the ending I hated, but over time I'm like, wow, I'm glad that they did it like that. That's one of those films that makes you think. This film doesn't make you think. At the end, it's
just like, hey, visuals, and here's the soundtrack. Just go and relax and just watch that.
I gotta say, Jared Leto, I know he's doing this on purpose because he's a program, right? So he's not supposed to have like this massive personality and charisma and gravitas. He's just kind of it's just kind of boring to watch. And I wish he had a little bit more to him. But they try to crack some jokes as he experiences the real world, as Alice said, and that does lead to some plot points that the programs, when they experience the real world, they're kind of shocked by it. And I'm curious if they plan on doing more films. I guess it all depends on the box office of this one. But if it's a one and done, I'm fine with it. This is one that I can utilize, a big theater, big screen, popcorn, turn your brain off, visuals, audio, and you're good. I also I don't know why, but I like big invasions into the real world. Those films always appeal to me, so I liked it a little more. Yep. Let's go to final verdicts for Tron Aries.
4 for me, below average. The things I did like, we already spoke about. There are just some weird scenes that I honestly didn't get. When we're inside Tron...
I can't wait to talk about it.
Well, it's not really a spoiler. It's there shouldn't be any tension, but they're trying to make it like it's suspenseful. It's like they're the red versus the blue. One of them gets injured. It's like, oh, we got to go back from why? Yeah. Like, you could just make another one. Right. It doesn't matter. His name was Cameron from
from
Star
Jedi
Wars.
Survivor.
Yeah. I was like,
I kind of wish he had more of a role.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit, it's
why
this
did he
guy.
take his helmet off if they're not going to use this guy?
But they're like trying to make it all like suspenseful. It's like, oh, no.
I think the
like
point, Joe, is he was well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I get the point, but like, you don't really care. It's like, besides the beginning where we see the police chase and the ending, those are the cool stuff. I do like some of the in-between, like the old Tron and just kind of seeing the visuals. But other than that, paper-thin story with villains are, this guy's just bad just because. And
it is Saturday morning cartoon.
Yes,
Good corporation,
heart of gold.
Bad corporation.
Yeah, so 4.
Yeah, everything that separates this from back in the day, there was a program called Winamp, and you would like listen to music, and there'd be all this cool like light stuff that would do, and it was pretty much like a screen shaver with music.
It really whips the llama's ass. Or something like
everything that separates this movie from Winamp and a screensaver is bad. Everything.
Oh.
Keep going. They can't hear it.
It's
my
your phone keeps
going off.
So the dialogue isn't very good. Jared Leto
Google.
isn't great. I don't think the story is good. I don't think the bad guys are compelling. But it's cool to look at, and it sounded good. And so that's like...
Gillian Anderson is in the film of X-Files fame. What'd you think?
So hot all the time.
Yeah.
She's just the best.
I'm almost done with season 2, going on season 3.
Of X-Files.
Are you really rewatching X-Files?
He's never watched
it.
He's never watched it. Which is weird because he's so into Bigfoot.
It's good that you're finally watching. You'll never do it for fucking Star Wars, Clone Wars, but okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's like all of the things that make a movie and not, a music video, they didn't do a very good job with.
And so it's like music video,
and then so
the
that's
good parts.
Then that's not good. It's not a good movie. It's a cool sounding thing, and it's a pretty thing on screen. And for me, so it's like I can't recommend.
I went in.
Yeah,
I went in expecting that.
Yeah,
he's right. It's not a good movie. is not going to last in your head at all.
Well, and
We're going to forget about it.
It doesn't scratch any of the sci-fi itches that I have because there are really
It
cool
scratches
concepts.
my sci-fi.
There's really cool concepts here, sci-fi concepts, and everyone that they borrowed from did a better job. That they're like, hey, I'm an AI and I want to live longer. It's like, cool, we're gonna go with that. He's gonna evolve. No, we're not gonna. It's like surface deep in everything, and they're like, oh, are we gonna
Wait for the next film.
Are we gonna talk about how these sentient-ish things can like come out and like the ramifications? Nope, absolutely not. And so like everything is surface
Yeah, the
deep.
police are fucking stupid in this.
Yeah, and like
I'm really dumb. I can't wait for this point.
the invasion was kind of cool, but the problem with the invasion is it's 3v2, or 3v3. And it's like, that's not an invasion, that's 3v3 in the sky. And it's like...
It's a dumb invasion that shouldn't have happened in the first place, that has no end, that has no consequence.
But if we're going to go big CGI invasion, go big CGI invasion and say we got fucking 3v3, and I wanted more than 3v3. Like, if it was a true invasion, we got drones everywhere, fighting people and doing all sorts of cool stuff.
They ain't got a budget for that.
$180 million. That's
You know
much
what
was
they
Godzilla?
got? What is it? The creator got a lot out of their lower budget. I'm gonna look up the creator's budget.
Yeah.
What would you give it?
I don't think it's 5.
See, only $80 million for the
Yeah.
creator. They could have given us bigger battles.
I think so. It's like all of those things were disappointing, but it is a visual feast. It does have a start, middle, and end, and I think people are just, if you don't think about it at all, and you're eating popcorn and you just want something on the screen that's gonna make your kids be quiet for 2 hours, then it makes a turd. It's a 5.
Makes a turd.
Average.
It's an
5
average
out of 10.
film, and the music is doing heavy. If you don't like this music, I don't think you're gonna like it as much as I did.
I like the music, and it was doing heavy lifting. I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10. I actually surprisingly enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than Legacy. I respect the original Tron. I think the original Tron is a better movie, but this one is a better feast, and I went in wanting a feast. I went in wanting visuals. I don't mind that it's just a smaller incursion. A bigger incursion would have been a lot better. But for the start of this, I was in it. Now, if you see it in motherfucking HDR Barco or IMAX, you can add an additional point. And so it can get all the way up to an 8. But this is all empty calories stuff. This is all cotton candy. This is all like, these characters are paper thin. They're fucking characters, not characters. And they're just, it's just there to crash toys together. The fucking light cycles and fucking jets and shit. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. And then they kind of hint that, maybe there can be more in the world and we'll see what happens. But that's only if it makes money. And for some reason, I don't think this film is going to make as much as Tron Legacy. I think it's running out of steam already. And they're over here thinking, we're going to make a new trilogy. Nah. Unfortunately, I think it's one and done.
I thought I read that the previews were doing well, but I'm not sure.
Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because I actually kind of would like to see more. I would want to see another film. You looked that up, and so that is our ratings. And join us in the spoilers, because there is a lot to talk about, a lot of hilariously stupid stuff. And teases is what they want to do. Is Disney in the future is desperate to try to make some other franchise besides Star Wars and some of these others in order to keep it going. Because like Indiana Jones is kind of running us. They're like, fuck, what do we got? Tron.
She's gonna pick up the mantle.
Just do it. And I don't know why you picked Jared Leto. I guess maybe he's an executive producer.
He's a producer.
He helped out with it.
I think I saw him in the credits.
He's a producer. Yeah. Okay, we'll see you in the spoiler section. Hey, welcome to the spoiler section.
So, whenever he was trying to help out the soldier, I felt like it would have been better if it was conveyed like he's helping one of the real people. Because, it's just like...
So, in this moment,
computer
Joe's talking
program.
about is there's a thing called the permanence code. You can 3D print stuff from the grid, from the MCOM, ECOM, whatever, and bring it into the real world, okay? The reverse of the previous films. But the problem with that is it only lasts 29 minutes. This is a big thing in the film because every single time Jared Leto runs out, he got 29 minutes. Every single time the badass futuristic military comes out, 29 minutes. He got
there 29 minutes.
I know. But in order, the good corporation manages to find the permanence code on an original server that was broken and created by the sister who passed away of the current CEO, Amy. And I think she was even helped by Flynn in the Flynn family. But so the Dillinger guys send they hack into, because they think that she's out to get the permanence code.
Yeah.
So they send a hacker group via files. But then in the computer world, it is Jared Leto and his team, okay? Even though it's just code and he's typing it in. So they're running there and his team of 6 versus this Blue Force. This is stuff, I like this stuff. It's cool. It's like, oh, Aeon Flux is this cool little world and we're doing this. And there's a very minimal security. They easily kill him because
Blue sucks.
Blue does suck, Joe. They have no fucking, they suck ass.
They
but
do.
the thing is that corporation doesn't do them a bunch of military training. They probably have the standard security guard training.
Pays them.
Because Dillinger all day long, Jared Leto's character in particular, they kill him over and over and over. He's like Doomsday. He learns, and eventually they're like hyper military. So they go in there, like kill a bunch of fucking blue guys. Because I see in the trailers, I was like, where's all the blue guys? Is blue guys gonna be in it? The blue guys are in it, but it's only in their little world.
Yeah.
Eventually, they break the code. They get the code. Or no, that's when Jared Leto looks into the data stream.
And falls
for
in
some
love.
reason... Yes.
He's
for
watching.
some reason, for no reason at all, Jared Leto falls in love by creeping on this chick.
Going through her sex and stuff.
Going through all of her texts, all of her videos. So, yeah, I'd probably
like home
say...
videos when she was a kid
he heavily
and
insinuates, like, I went through all of them, even those ones. It's like, oh,
and I can't
weird.
get enough.
Now, prior to this moment, they didn't plant enough seeds, or they did plant some seeds, but it just doesn't come together in a believable way where you're like, oh, that chick is super compelling and easy to fall in love with. So even a program with no emotions would fall in love with her. But they're implying that this program is malfunctioning, and it's similar to the ISOs from the last film. The ISOs are programs created by programs, not humans, that are starting to gain kind of sentience or whatever. And so he might be an ISO or maybe not, because they don't even talk about that.
They
kind of
briefly
threw that
do
out.
before they go hack. Like Alex said, he starts listening to the rain. It's like, oh, I felt a sensation, so I had a feeling.
Yeah, there's nuggets. There's nuggets there, but it doesn't mean...
We don't know why he's malfunctioning. We don't know any of that.
Is he an ISO or is he something new and different? But I do like that part, because it's like if you're in your world the whole time and you go to another world, so I kind of like that aspect. So I forgave the fact that Aries, was becoming human and wanted to do human things and rebelled against his own red and black militaristic Dillinger bad guy stuff. So I kind of liked that. And so when he sees Rain, he's just kind of interested in it. He's clever. He's able to be charismatic when he needs to, and this and that. And eventually he tells his boss, no, fuck off. Or his boss is basically, at some point, captures Amy, right?
Eva.
Is her name Eva? Eve Kim. She captures Eve Kim because she comes back with the permanence code. They 3D print the people after doing the demonstration for the military, by the way. The military just drives off, and a bunch of rich cars drive off, so it's implied probably a bunch of different countries. And but that'd be, it's like with that much power, they would be banging his door down and like calling him constantly. But no, everybody just says hands off, let this company do whatever they want with no monitoring. Because the very next thing, once she finds a permanence code, he 3D print soldiers to go after her. It's fucking Ares and it's fucking Athena. And Athena has a big role in the film. So somebody take over for Athena.
She's happy being a security bot and wants to continue doing it. And she sniffs out that something's going on with Ares. So he didn't. Ares is asking like, "Hey, why did you delete Cal Kestis? It doesn't make any sense." And it doesn't within the whole movie because the bad guy kills all of his own programs within their thing. He nukes them and they all die. So he deletes one guy for no reason.
In the middle of battle, he catches feelings for Cal Kestis because his leg got cut.
Slashed, and then so the bad guy deletes him, and he goes, "Hey, I deleted him," and then he kills.
Why'd you delete my guy?
And then but he kills everyone else, and so like he could have just waited 2 seconds to kill everyone. The scene doesn't make any sense. I imagine there was a bunch of other stuff that got cut because it's just bad directing or editing.
I'm on the opposite side. I think it makes sense. It's just not as effective as it should be. It makes sense in the sense that the master controller, the floating face, anytime the evil CEO is talking to Ares, it's a floating face with a badass, cool voice. Yeah. He's starting to think this guy is straight up evil. He's catching feelings. So if he's getting feelings and then his fellow soldier, so he's malfunctioning, wants to help his fellow soldier, Athena's like, leave him! And he's like, no. And then he goes over there and does a badass thing and is about to save him. But then the fucking evil CEO drops a fucking nuke. And it kills Leto, it kills the soldier, it kills all of them. Wait, and it even kills the 3 jets that fly off. Because I thought maybe the jets had the code.
No.
Why would he kill the jets? The jets could have made it out with the code.
Well, they never had the code. They just wanted the file, and he had downloaded the file.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought since Jared Leto downloaded the creeper file, that all 6 of them had the file, and at least 3 got away. That's why when the nuke went off, I was like, well, but you just killed the fucking file. But no.
He wirelessly transmitted the data to his other self, and that's how it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
But he's like, fuck you. You know, like, you just ruined my whole operation. If you're training all the fucking time, even the people who you're working for is betraying you. So I feel like he's like, okay, you're going to betray me? We'll see. We'll see. So that opens it up that he can betray him in the future, which he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just kind of wished it would have been implied more, like in the real world, I guess. Like he spends more time with Eve. That way we could kind of get more of a chemistry, build something on that, and be like, all right, well, she's more, shows me more empathy than this guy. It's like, I'm working for the bad guy.
Little bits of it.
Yeah, but not enough.
I mean, it's everything in this movie is complete and total surface level. It's like, if you want to justify some of the things that happen, you can, because they're like, hey, I did mention it. It is explained. It's like, yeah, it's explained, but it's like the whole point of the movie is
like that.
You tell us a story and you want us to be invested in your characters. And if you want to be emotionally invested in the characters, we have to spend time with them. Exactly. We have to know their struggles and what they want to overcome. And you just be like, oh, he's sad, move on. And it's like
there is really no down moments because it's going so fast, because you only have 29 minutes, because the whole grid, eventually she gets digital. So she's running from them in the real world with a USB. And the jets, and we get this cool scene where the fucking jet bikes are cutting up cop cars and driving through the streets. By the way, I was looking at all the other cars, like, you know, like stopping.
They're dead.
No, there would be way more fucking traffic.
One of them just fucking flipped over,
so
hit
Jared
another
Leto
one.
is responsible for killing so many civilians. And Athena, but Athena is evil. So
but they could get away with it with it. 29 minutes. 29 minutes, because his base is out in the middle of nowhere. It's like, hey, go find her. She's in the middle of the city. It's like, oh, we still have 21 minutes. It's like, bullshit.
It's the movie magic, Joe. Yeah. Those jet bikes are really fast.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, they say they're fast as lightning. It's like,
but
they're not
the
really
idea
fast as lightning,
of a fucking Tron assassin with just cool armor and cool glowing and visuals, and it's like a Terminator. So I was really enjoying that part of the film. But eventually she gets away, and Jared Leto doesn't have the time. He's about to get to her, and this is when he's still following orders. She snaps the USB and throws it into the fucking water. But But the evil corporation had a backup plan. Here comes the fucking helicopter and zaps her and pulls her into the Dillinger grid, the red and black evil grid. But before that happens, Jared Leto sees her and sees that she gives an empathetic response to him dying.
We said it. We said
so
it.
eye-rolling.
He's like, oh no. I was like,
but it is
she
explained.
can't. Yeah.
Just like in The Last of Us Part 2 when characters start to do stupid things. But it is explained.
He's like, yeah.
Or, because you put one line there, it doesn't really make me feel.
Because he starts helping her out just because he likes her.
Yeah.
Because he
And
gives her
that's
the
kinda-
bike.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy too. Is he doing it for the right reasons?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is
like
he
it's
doing
not
it to-
explained
But
really.
they don't really get together. They don't ever kiss. It fizzles out in a bad way. Maybe they did kiss and they were like, oh, all this
It was
Jared
weird.
Leto stuff, we're getting blowback. Let's cut that scene and just they're
don't
friends.
know.
They're friends at the end. I don't know, but
What
eventually,
kind of friend stalks you and goes through your messages? Goes through
messages.
Bad friends.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
she's in the fucking world, and then this is when, and he has his world, and he is the master controller.
Yeah.
And the evil CEO guy goes, well, can we get the code from her? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, could will it? There's a possibility it might kill her. And the evil CEO's like, I don't care, do it. And he's like, but it's gonna kill her. Are you sure you want to do that? He's like, yeah. And then he's like, Jared Leto decides, no, I'm going to save the lady because I haven't had sex with her yet. Or whatever. And then
I Googled sex. I know what it is now.
it is. I went through all of her texts and videos. But no, he saves her life because it's the right thing to do. And he gets the feelings, I guess. And that was proven by showing that he cared for Cal Kestis earlier. So they get on a fucking jet bike. No,
they just fall out. He throws. Well, Athena finds out what happens.
Athena goes immediately.
She goes to
tattletale.
Julian and is
She goes,
like, "Hey, so you don't want us to kill her?" He's like, "I never said that. I want you to go get it by any means necessary." He's like, "Okay, well."
yeah, and that
finds
command blows
out-
up in his face later on. He basically approves her to do anything. So she goes in and she's like, "Oh, you're under arrest."
They start walking slowly. He throws this little disc below, and the glass shatters, and they fall into the to the water.
Yeah.
Then I guess he had a fucking wave runner rod,
whatever you want,
and it
yeah.
creates the wave runner. And so then they go out via this digital water, I guess, and their water sucks. So they do have water in the grid, but I guess their water sucks because there is a moment that Alex
sand.
was referring to where Athena has the upper hand on Amy later on. Amy, whatever her
Eve.
name is, Eve, and she's about to zap her to put her back into their grid prison, but she stops because somebody engaged the water.
The water sprinklers turn on, and then she's staring at it as she can see that it's a bad scene.
He's like,
But
fuck,
it
I'm
is
supposed to
explained because she grabbed the cube water and she
feeling
was fascinated by the
feeling
cube
unknown,
water.
sensation unknown.
Sensation unknown. I love it.
No.
Yes, it works. I like it.
So they're in the wave runner. They start taking off. He's like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna get you out of here, but you got to promise me to make me
Immortal.
Or help me with the permanence
Yeah, help
code.
me with the permanence code." He's like, "Can I trust?" He's like, "Maybe, maybe not." He's like, "All right, well, I'm
She's
gonna
being
trust
That's
you."
their
with them.
stupid line.
Yeah. So they get a little cool scene going up and down,
Yeah.
killing other soldiers.
This is the visual treat.
Yeah, it's fine, and finally makes it. They both go in there, and then they
Yeah,
pop
and then they pop out, and the guy's like, "What the fuck? My 3D print machines are going off. Why would they go off?
Unplug it.
Unplug that
Unplug it.
shit." That's what
I
I,
did
was
not
thinking the whole
authorize
fucking
this.
time. But no, he lets it finish because I guess he's curious. And it is fucking Aries, and he grabs people, and then he's like, "All right, well, good luck. You only have 29 minutes, you stupid idiot." Because he's like, "If you come back to the grid, I'm just gonna delete you." So he literally has 29 minutes to live, and it's a good amount of tension. This is why I like this part too.
Except it doesn't make
Because it's like-
sense because he doesn't need to go back to the grid. He can be deleted remotely at any point in time. It's just out. That's the way the end of the movie works. Is he can just turn him off and end him remotely
Yeah,
at any
that's
time.
why he hacked.
That's why they hacked him at the end. They can just turn off the grid and Jared Leto goes away, or he can just remotely turn him off at any point in time.
Oh yeah, okay, huh? I thought when they
Think about it, Alex.
I thought when they constituted in the real world, you can't control those guys, but I guess you can run over to the computer and just
go
hit delete, and then it doesn't matter if you're 7 minutes in or 28 minutes in, you'll just fall apart.
Yeah, because that's what happens. The good guy, the good corporation hacks into the grid to turn it off and takes it down, and then all of the other things just immediately go away.
Yeah, but I thought that was because they did a nuke of their own, and they're actually damaging that world, and so then that severs the link.
But she was still on the outside, so it still would have worked.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, he's got 29 minutes to live. They get in a fucking car. They do some hijinks in the gas station and all this other stuff. And he goes, oh, cool, a Honda Civic with 133 horsepower. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You need something more powerful than that.
That car's fast.
He goes,
Fast and Furious, baby.
Fast and the Furious, baby.
The decals
I
added,
thought they would say...
The decals added like 5 more.
Five more horsepower, and the coffee can, of course. It's a ricer kind of thing that we used to say back in the day. But they could have at least put turbos on it or something. Oh, this is one of them classic turbocharged. Because I got the 3000 GT.
It's got 4 turbos, Joe, and it has that thing on the back that you push
they
like
are
a
very
grocery.
light, so they are fucking very light.
Yes.
They need less power, and I have lost to them before, but that's turbocharged. Anyways, they use that to go. And they go to her corporation, and then she's about to transport him into the old school server, the 80s server, and he likes the 80s anyway. He loves Depeche Mode, so there's all these little things to get you to like his character. It made me chuckle, here and there, but it's just not at the level I was hoping.
Yeah.
Anyways, before she digitizes him, Athena comes again, and she's in her jet fighter thing, and there's not enough time. He says change of plans, and he's going to go and save Eve and her little coder buddy.
Didn't really make sense.
His plan to attack her? Yeah.
He had like 2
seconds.
Right, it makes no sense. That was just to show that he would defend somebody's life, right?
It's really easy to sacrifice yourself when you were going to die in 2 seconds anyway.
Yeah, well, she shoots him with the blue laser, which digitizes him, and he was trying to save her, but she saves him and puts herself at risk because here comes a lady. She crashes through.
3 minutes.
She got 3 minutes, and she crashes through and then is about to digitize her, but then the rain thing, the sprinkler system. Who turned on the sprinkler system?
I think it was just because...
I think it was Flynn.
It was just
but
fire.
They never mentioned who did it.
There was no fire, though.
Right,
like,
it seemed random.
Electrical.
I bet you it's cut. It's on the cutting room floor. It could have been Leto. No, because he doesn't have a control in that world. I think it was unexplained. Let's just say it was Flynn.
Yeah.
So then she collapses because she decomposed or de-digitized or whatever. Then we go into the 80s grid and we see Bit. Bit, again, is a little pet character kind of thing from the first Tron. It was cool seeing Bit. Then we see the classic motherfucking Jeff Bridges, but without CGI. The man
just the
is
dude.
older. He is the dude.
He's just the dude
several times he's like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
like,
walking barefoot, and he's like drinking White Russians, and he's just the fucking dude.
That's hilarious. And he's like, interesting. And then he asked some budget questions. Fascinating. So I guess he's just assessing whether he should help him. And he does eventually help him by the end of the fucking arcade game and the end of Tron, where you you win, and then the rainbow thing.
He says,
you fly upward.
I have a back door into my old lab from 1988. And he digitizes him through a laser beam that's set up in this building that's worth $10 million because it's in San Francisco. And,
yeah, this was made no
it's
sense.
just like, okay.
Somebody just left this here, this technology. Anybody can break in and get this? No. But anyway, the movie just says, fuck it. And so then he re-digitizes him. Only he's a human being now. He is no longer a program, so he cannot be reconstituted. He only has one life. And then he uses that.
But his god powers. He's still super strong and crazy. And
Yeah, they should have
That's
done
not
more.
really
He's
being
like,
having
ow,
a
that fucking
power.
hurt. I don't want to fight no more.
Being crazy is not a power.
No, it's not.
Meanwhile, Athena keeps digitizing and keeps so she's back at home base and she just digitizes a whole fucking aircraft carrier reclaimer thing that you see in the trailer. And the dude's like, "What the fuck?
He's
Stop!"
like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like you said, get her at any means possible. And then Julian's mom tries to stop. He's like, no, I'm taking over the company again. This needs to stop. She stops it. Nope, she doesn't. She gets stabbed.
Stabbed by Athena.
No.
Yeah, and Athena's like, you were in my way. Impediment removed. And then she's like, scanning for other impediments. And the dude's like, okay. No impediment detected. That's hilarious. And then, this was the thing. And then I guess the U.S. military has 2 Raptors just in the area right away. They scramble the Raptor jets, and then you get the trailer scene where they have, I guess, some drones that they fire out that put the light trails, and one of the jets gets its wings ripped off because he couldn't go up in time. And then another jet does manage to get one missile off, destroying one of the legs on this reclaimer, and it kind of slams into some buildings and shit. And then the jet also sacrifices itself and slams. I think both pilots ejected.
Yeah, which I wanted more because like we do see majority of it on the trailer. Like that's honestly like.
That's most of
Most
it.
That's a trailer.
Yeah.
The only thing you don't get is the crashing.
Yeah, and then she takes off in the little
I would have liked, the cops like putting their little 9 mils, and they're like, "Oh, we're not doing shit."
fight the soldiers or something. Yes,
We didn't get it because there is a few soldiers in the fighter kind of suits, but yeah. Okay, I fucking lost my place. Somebody take over. We're in the fucking final third act.
Yeah, so she already has Eve. She has her captured, and she kind of the copter, whatever it's called, falls down, turns into her hovercraft, and then starts taking off. And then we get our hero moment.
She shows
What
up.
is the
Jared
hero
Leto
moment?
shows up. He's like, stop, and throws this little thing. He turns all white.
Oh yes,
So he's a savior now, and kind of
because
fucks
Athena
up
will
her-
not stop coming after motherfucking Kim.
No, so fucks up her vehicle. She starts tumbling, then they get into a fight.
Which I thought these tanks vehicles are fucking shitty because only one little fucking disc hits the side
Yeah.
where it's fucking light armored, and the whole thing goes.
But it's only because of that little triangle thing. Because the guy said, he's like, well, he's also selling it to the army. He's like, yeah, like if there's a wall, it will destroy it.
But it's
This
not a
thing's-
wall.
This is a
Was that
light-
did he throw a wall
this
at
is a
him?
light
If he threw a wall at him,
energy.
it would have gone right through it. He scanned
What's
off the
the
white.
point?
He fell
And he
down.
was trying to sell that vehicle to the military. This will go through anything. And one little fucking hit from the
Snake-
frisbee.
Can't
Snake
stop
oil
Gandalf the White. He
salesman.
came,
That's
he
what
came
he
back.
is.
Yeah, it's not. And then they have a duel, and the duel is
It's 3v1.
it's fine. And he
Two
like,
of her lackeys show up with the light swords. I do like the light swords. So you have your motherfucking General Grievous guards with the purple thing. Only they leave light trails. So it's kind of cool that you can use those light trails. And a few times they step on them and swing on them and shit. I like that.
this one they don't leave light trails. They did in the first
little
fight,
bit.
but yeah, it's only like a little bit. Like the other time, they were like leaving like long things that they were using to like cut people up. And he beats up the lackeys, and then there's a duel. And you think this whole time they're supposed to be building tension because like the two dorks are in the corporate building and they're hacking the planet and they're doing all these things. And they're like, oh, I'm getting too many bites.
Hacking Dillinger's
Yeah, but it's
grid.
like they connected a doodad to a toaster to like a vending machine, and they're like, I'm gonna ping his server, bro. And then they break in, and they're supposed like you think that's the timer, that's the thing that's gonna stop anything, but it has really nothing to do with it because he defeats her before any of that happens. Them hacking the grid only kills all the drones that are flying around. Not really. I don't know what the drones
And
were
then she
doing.
kind of runs out of time.
And she runs out of time, and she dies in his
Entertaining the
arms,
audience.
and then she goes, and then it's.
Yeah, she says, "What are you gonna do now?" Basically, what's your purpose? Is her little ending, and he goes, "I'm not really sure." The writing is not good.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
Some of the lines, yeah.
What are you
He
gonna do with
might
your
have-
life now? Oh,
He might as well. The chick is like, you didn't say anything
that's
cool.
stupid.
Yeah. That's stupid. I was saying that the fucking swinging light swords, they have multiple modes where you
This
can
is-
leave the trail. But I thought it would have been so funny. Could you imagine if they left it on and they're and then it's like you can't even get to each other. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'll
Stuck.
punch you through here.
I trap myself.
Stop. Can't move. Anyways, I'm just being silly. What else?
And then it ends.
Oh, yeah. So Jared Leto is a human being. And then you think that, do they kiss at the end? No.
No, he does Batman.
Oh, yeah. He's
He
there
does
and
Batman.
then he's not
He's
there.
like, oh, she's looking around. It's like, oh, what are you gonna do? And then turns around. He's gone.
And then he writes
see him
her
in
a
the distance.
postcard. The most eye-rolling, tropey ending ever. He writes her a postcard. I've been watching Humanity in
Mexico.
Mexico, and these kids are, and then they show kids, and I guess
Why are you
they're-
watching little kids in
they're
Mexico?
being adorable, and he's like, "Well, I'm
Start his
gonna
other
search
cult.
for other people just like me."
So that's what he
when
did.
That's when you get the cameo from Sam Flynn and whatever Olivia's character's name was, the ISO, because they escaped in Tron Legacy at the end. So the son of Flynn, who was taking over the company, left the company to do these two sister chicks. And you're like, where'd he go? Well, at the end of the film, they show he is
Stalking her now.
living his
coordinates.
life with the ISO, and together they're probably in love or whatever, and they're hiding. So Jared Leto's gonna go find them. Others like me, so maybe Jared Leto is an ISO, and no matter where you create these, eventually they'll start to gain sentience on their own. I don't know.
And Eva's company has saved the world.
Yeah. The medicines and everything.
Medicine, cancer.
And there is no
So this
issue
is kind of
whatsoever
weird.
with the fact that now they have laser beams that can create matter out of nothing. Even complicated
it's
machinery
too-
that would destroy the global economy
I'm
immediately.
gonna buy that equipment on
So the
Temu.
laser can create fruit
that you can eat.
that you can eat
Later
and it
on,
tastes
be like,
the
oh
fruit.
god, how
That's
feels
what
so
I kept
good.
thinking. I kept
It's like,
thinking.
yes, but what are the long-term effects of this?
So originally her tree lasted 4 hours, and they're on the fucking plane celebrating with the orange juice, and I'm like, man, their stomachs are gonna fall out. But no,
I don't
it
feel
never
so
happened.
good, Mrs. Stark.
So yeah, I guess she's gonna cure all cancers and like rule the fucking world, because if you had that much fucking power, but I guess
Yes.
she's gonna give it away for free.
Because she works for the
She's-
good corporation.
Yes, she's very good.
Not the evil corporation.
Yes, which the police and everyone start storming his warehouse.
Okay,
The
yeah.
Dillinger's warehouse.
Yeah, Julian's just like, oh shit, what the fuck am I gonna do? I know.
He was never
I'm
gonna get away with
No,
it
he
because there's
wasn't.
red fucking light all over on the city. Eventually, I think it fades. Right? It's not left there forever.
No, it starts turning into ash and just
Yeah,
fades.
it disappears.
So they're like, look, we know you did it. You're gonna go to jail for the rest of your life. He's like, no, fuck it. I'm gonna go to Tron.
Well, the system reboots on its own, and it says secondary or reboot. I can't tell if it's a second. No, it's not a secondary world, because when he does get constituted into the grid, it's broken.
Yeah.
And the grid, it looks like it has taken a nuclear blast, and this was from the good company.
Yeah.
Shot the evil company. I would have preferred it just be a secret grid, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? And it is implied, and then he goes into the grid and looks. There's a disc there, and the disc, you can attach to your back, and you're enabled in the world. Well, he touches the disc, and he starts turning into the fucking name of the fucking program that was Dillinger in the
Gigabyte.
first film, who was the lackey for the floating head master control program. Okay?
Yeah.
The evil PC that took things over, that said, I'll fucking attack the world and nobody can stop me. And the evil CEO in the first film was like, fuck, how am I going to stop this guy? And he blackmails him, and he's like, all right, I'll follow your orders. So maybe they're hinting that program didn't completely die at the end of the original Tron.
We'll find out
Because
in
now
the next
he's becoming
one.
a lackey, or he's becoming a lackey combined with the
They are
master
one.
controller, and
Yes.
he will be the master controller.
They are one.
A singular villain that Jared Leto can fight in the next film. But honestly, I don't think I'd care.
How many lasers are still connected to that network, though, where he's going to be able to get back out? Because if he's stuck in a toaster somewhere,
no lasers.
So no one gives a
Little
shit.
did
Nobody
you know-
gives a shit. Wait a minute. Yeah, if you can't get out of that, well, the police are gonna. I guess if they do another movie, they'll say, oh, they'll get some of the police or a really rich guy to buy all the evidence
evil
room.
Dillinger.
Little did you know, under Flynn's original, you go underneath the basement. There's another one.
Dylan's
There's
original.
Yes.
So there's another
There's
Flynn,
another one
and then
underneath.
there's another Dillinger, and there's another, and then
That's
the son
laser
of Dillinger's
that
son.
still works underneath.
And we didn't even get a Tron in this fucking Tron movie. There's no Tron. But that's fine with me. I don't care about Tron. Tron is a program which was Flynn's friend, and fought in the revolution to free something. I don't remember. Anyways, but there's no Tron in the film.
Well, there's a Tron poster. We saw the original Tron movie poster in Flynn's secret lair.
Okay, so I said, well, I like the visual treat, I like the music, I like the concept. What would I want to see in a sequel?
Characters, story, chemistry between those characters, plot that I'm interested in.
Do you want Jared Leto out? You don't want Jared Leto to come back?
Well,
I
he
mean,
has to
it's
now,
fine. I
right?
mean,
Has to.
yeah. I mean, we can do things where we can actually have him. It's like, look, I don't like him as a person. I'm separating that entirely.
Yeah, we'll separate.
But it's
it
like
entirely.
if this character is learning to become human, he can actually become charismatic and less wooden and shitty. So I think it could be fun.
Okay. I would have Aries have to fight the new Master Controller program. And so you would have to go back into the world.
With the help of his friends.
With the help of his friends. But even though I like the invasion, I like the real world.
I would rather it be an invasion.
juxtaposition.
Yeah.
I want it to be an invasion. I want Ares to have to go to the blue guys and go, hey, we have to upgrade your blue idiots into something good and actually have an invasion fight an actual force. Spend the money. If you're going to spend $200
In the
million
real world.
Yeah, absolutely. Red guys invade.
Digitized, so still the 3D printing stuff. And the military is just like, yeah, we don't need all this, and we're not going to take control of all this. You guys can do it.
Well, the military's
Which
going
is
to.
dumb.
The military, I think, there's going to take control of it. They're going to be like,
Ooh,
they're going to take control of the
you
red.
did it.
The red guys.
You
That's how.
fucking did it.
That's how the red guys get in. Is the
they
military's
pull
like, we don't have to make
From the
tanks
police
anymore.
evidence lockers, they reconstituted, and the military is like, well, that guy fucked up. Now we don't even have to pay for the technology. It is the property of the state. And then whoever's in charge of the program is like, man, I can't crack this code. It's so advanced. I don't know what to do. Then the computer screen turns on, and it's like, I will help you. And it's the master controller, and he manipulates them. All right. There's your sequel idea, Disney. If the film does well on the box office, if it doesn't, this is the last we'll ever see of Aries.
Yep.
So Aries is basically the new Tron. So I guess that's why they call it
Tron Aries.
Tron Aries. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell us what you think if you've seen it. But like I said, if you haven't seen it, and you want something with meat to chew on with good characters and stuff, you can skip this one.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to the IMAX or the HDR barcode theater, then I think that actually elevates it to see it on the big screen with that technology, because you can't really get that at home. Because this thing, I can already see it's a disappointment. Like, I was playing the music in the car at home. I got a good sound system, but it wasn't hitting as hard as it was in the theater. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.